Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to be installing the Alpha 1 speaker upgrade for my F80M3. I wanted to give a big shout out to Beamertech for sending these out. So they sent out the front and woofer set, which includes 3 mid-range, 3 tweeters, and 2 subwoofers. They also do have a complete set available, but today we're just going to be installing the front and woofer set. The Alpha 1 speakers will increase the clarity, bass, and power of your speakers. So currently I have the Harman Kardon, the stock ones, and to be honest, I'm not that impressed with them, especially the bass. I feel like it's really lacking, so I'm really excited to put these on. Also, I'm gonna give you guys a promo code, which will give you a free DIY essential kit on all orders above $500. Let's not waste any more time. I'm gonna show you guys how to install them, as well as give you guys some sound tests. First step is replacing the OEM subwoofers for the Alpha 1 subwoofers. There's going to be 4 T50 bolts holding down the front driver's seat, and we're going to start off by removing the 2 front ones. You can use any tools of your choice, but I'm going to be using only the tools provided in the Alpha 1 Essentials toolkit. Once those 2 screws are removed, you could go ahead and move the seat forward so we could access the 2 rear bolts. Now you could repeat the same process and remove the 2 rear bolts holding in the driver's seat. Now you could simply push back the seat to access the subwoofers. However, I remove the seat fully by unplugging it, but if you do this, make sure to disconnect the battery so you don't get a code. While the seat was out, I decided to give it a quick vacuum just to get rid of any of the debris and dust that's been sitting for a while. To access the subwoofer, there's going to be a speaker grill held in by 4 T20 screws that you're going to want to remove. After unscrewing the 4 T20 screws, you could simply pop off the speaker grill to uncover the OEM subwoofer. Now you can remove the 4 T10s holding in the OEM subwoofers. Once those 4 screws are removed, it's time to remove the actual subwoofer. The subwoofer might be a little bit stuck, so I just use the pick tool to help pry it out. There's going to be a plug holding in the subwoofer that you're just going to want to remove. Comparing the OEM subwoofer to the Alpha 1 subwoofer, you could tell there's a huge difference in quality. Comparing the 2 side by side, you could tell that the Alpha 1 uses much higher quality materials and has an overall better feel. What's nice about the Alpha 1 speakers is that they're plug and play. To reinstall the subwoofer, all you want to do is re-plug in that OEM wire. Then simply reposition the subwoofer to its OEM spot. Now you could simply reinstall those 4 T10 screws that you removed originally. The last step is replacing the speaker guard with the 4 T20 screws that you removed initially. After you've reinstalled those 4 T20 screws, it's time to move on to the door speakers. The next step is replacing the mid-range and tweeters. At the bottom of the door handle, there's going to be an opening where you could use a trim tool to pop it off. Once that's removed, there's going to be 2 T20s holding in the door, one at the top and one at the bottom. Once the 2 T20s are removed, you could use a trim tool to pop off the edges of the door card. After popping out some of the clips, you could do the rest with your hands. You can either let the door hang down while you change the tweeters, or you could fully remove them by removing the 2 plugs holding in the door, one at the top and one at the bottom. To remove the mid-range speakers, you're going to want to remove the 3 T20s holding it in. Once you've removed those 3 T20s, all you got to do is pop it out. It should come out pretty easily. Now you could go ahead and remove the 2 plugs holding in the mid-range speaker. Since the Alpha 1 speakers are plug and play, they will be the same size as the OEM speakers, but comparing the 2 side by side, you could tell there's a huge quality difference. The Alpha 1 speakers are made out of premium materials compared to the OEM ones. Not only are the speakers better quality, but they also increase the clarity, power, and bass. To install the Alpha 1 mid-range speaker, you're going to want to plug in the red and black wire. In this clip, I plugged back in the yellow tweeter wire, which you don't actually need to because we're going to be replacing the tweeter. Next up, you're going to want to reinstall those 3 T20 screws. To install the tweeter, you're just going to want to use a trim tool to pop off the window door trim. Once that's removed, you could simply pop out the tweeter out of its original housing. As I was saying earlier, the reason you don't need to plug in that yellow wire is because you're going to be replacing it anyways. Now we could reinstall the tweeter into the OEM placements. To install the Alpha 1 tweeter, you're just going to want to grab that foam piece and then reroute the wires in its original place. To reinstall the tweeter, all you got to do is plug in the blue and gray wire back into the mid-range. From here, all you got to do is replace the tweeter into its original housing that we could start working on reinstalling the door. You can now reinstall the window trim by popping it back into its original place. To reinstall the door, all you gotta do is line it up with the original clips, then just pop it back in just like you took it off. Now simply reinstall those 2 T20 screws that were holding in the door handle. The last step is popping back on that door handle cover, and then the mid-range and tweeter speakers are installed. The last step is to install the front mid-range and tweeter. I'm going to quickly run through these steps with you guys because it's essentially the same as the door speakers. Pop off the speaker cover with a trim tool, then you can remove the 5 T20s holding in the mid-range and the tweeter. After removing the 3 T20s holding in the mid-range, there's going to be 2 wires you want to disconnect. After disconnecting the 2 blue wires, you could remove the tweeter. Now you could simply replace the OEM tweeter with the Alpha 1. Reconnect the 2 blue wires into the mid-range, and then you could secure both speakers back in place. And that's it. All you gotta do is reinstall the speaker grill, and then the install is complete. Alright, so now that I have the speakers installed, I'm gonna do a little sound test for you guys, show you guys how they sound. I'm excited to hear them compared to the OEM Harman Kardons, because to be honest, like I said, I'm not a big fan of them. I feel like they were lacking a lot of bass and just like clarity overall. Let's not waste any more time. I'm gonna connect my phone, and then I'm gonna play some copyright-free music, because I'm not trying to get a copyright strike. But yeah, let's get straight to it. Alright, so this is the beat I chose. I'm just going to click on this random copyright-free beat, and then we're going to see how they compare to the Harman Kardons. Hopefully it makes a big difference. I'm going to give you guys my honest opinions if I actually do notice a difference. So I have it about half volume right now. Right off the bat, it sounds a lot more clear. Like you can hear the music better than the Harman Kardons. Oh, damn. So right off the bat, the bass on the beat drop sounds a lot stronger than it did before. It almost sounds like an aftermarket sub. Like I used to have a big one in my trunk, but I took it out because it took too much space. But now I feel like I don't even need one anymore because this sounds so good. You could actually feel the bass now. Before it was kind of like dead, it was weak, but now it sounds a lot better. So I'm gonna just keep playing the song and see if I hear anything else. Yeah, the bass is crazy. I don't know if you guys could hear that through the camera, but already there's a huge difference compared to before. So far the clarity and sound sounds a lot better, and the bass is like 10 times stronger than it was before. So far I'm loving it. It sounds really good. I'm gonna turn it up to full volume, see if they went any louder. So just from turning it up to max volume, I could tell the speakers are already a lot louder than they were before. Even though they're the same size, they are made with better materials and they're higher quality, so obviously you're gonna get that sound. So far I'm very impressed with these, and I would definitely recommend them to anyone with a BMW. What's nice about Alpha 1 is that they make speakers for pretty much every model. If you have a 2 Series, 3 Series, they have it all. So it's not only for the M cars, so make sure to go check them out. There's gonna be a link down below. Like I said, if you guys want a free DIY essentials kit, use this promo code and you'll get it on all orders above $500. But yeah guys, that's gonna end off today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a while and I took a good break off, but I'm gonna be back on the grind now, especially because it's summertime, so there's gonna be a lot of car content to film. That's gonna be it for today. Please make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for next week's video.